So I don't know if I'm infirm, but I thought it would be really fun or helpful. I don't know. I wanted to do a video on my experience getting my first tattoos. I've tried to film this 3 times already. I tried to do get ready with me's, but I'm really blind and I have to have the mirror like right up to my face, so that kind of doesn't make for good video content. I'll try also be quicker than all the other times that I tried to speak about this. I got 2 tattoos about just under 2 months ago, maybe? No, can't be that long. About a month ago. And I got myself and my mum on one arm, myself and my dad on the other arm, and I'll show now. So I got them, yeah, a little bit over a month ago, but I had the idea since last year. I saw like the style of like the outlines and the no face thing about a year ago, and I wanted to get my parents and grandparents on each arm, but that proved really difficult. I couldn't find any like clear photos that would work that existed of my parents and my grandparents, just them. Then the idea came, I saw the photo of me and my dad and I was like, oh, I'd love that tattooed on me. So I was like, yeah, I'll just do me and my parents. And my mother hates tattoos, so if I get a tattoo of her for my first tattoo, she can't be that mad. So I went looking for photos of me and my mum. I found one that I really loved, and then an artist was like, oh well, that won't work because you don't see enough of your torso in it. So that was fine. I found another one, and then I went to, I couldn't choose between 2 artists, and then I messaged the studio for one of them and they were like, oh, she's not available for a couple of months, but also we do have another artist that is not only available sooner but also does that style anyway. And I looked at some of his work, I really liked it, and I was like, yeah, sure, book me in. And apparently I'm getting a tattoo, and I had not planned. I was like okay with waiting for ages, but he was like, yeah, next week, next Thursday, you're gonna be tattooed. I was like, really? So that was fun. That was unexpected. So I went in, I, just like a piercing, I had loads to eat, loads of sugary drinks, but like so much more than usual. Excuse me, I was going around with like loads of drinks in my bag, loads of sugar and everything, because I was really afraid of collapsing or like losing a lot of blood. I didn't know how I was going to react. So, excuse me, we got there about half an hour early and the artist wasn't even there yet. So he came in after a while. He like chatted to me about like the design that he had done up and was he happy with it and all that, and yeah, so that was fine. I like told him kind of what I wanted in it, and like we made little changes, and then he stenciled me, and I always thought that the stencils would be really hard to remove if you didn't like where they were placed, but he literally just put a solution on. He didn't even show me. He was like, no, that's not going to work because when you move your arm that one's going to look weird. So he just put a solution on, resized it, reprinted it and stenciled it straight back onto me. He was like, yeah, I'm happy with that. Are you happy with where both of them are? I was like, yeah, sure, you know more than me. If you think that that's good placement for that area, then sure. I said to him, like, is this really painful? Like, is this a painful place to get it done? People have told me not to get it done there. And people have told me that, like, it's fine to get it done there. And he was like, oh no, it's an okay area. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. And then once he started, I was so afraid. I was more afraid of having to tell my mum than the pain of the tattoo or anything. So once he did like the first line, I was like, that's fine, I can relax now. Like, I'm already a tattooed person now, I can get over it. So yeah, he did this one first because it was a smaller one, and it was fine. If I was someone who could fall asleep easy, I would have fallen asleep like 10 minutes into it. Really relaxing, and it's kind of an awkward position that I had to have my arm so he could like work at it, but yeah, it was fine. And then he moved on to the other arm, which was mostly fine. Even the shading, I was told the shading is really sore, but I actually found the shading more comfortable, because it's kind of like more spread out rather than one concentrated needle. But then I had gotten the contraceptive bar in about a month before. It wasn't even fully healed. And I didn't realise when he had the stencil on this arm that the tattoo kind of went over where the bar had gone in. And I thought I was going to die with that pain because it just wasn't fully healed yet, and I probably should have been like, hey, like stop, but I was already in for it there. And he did say, like, when he was tattooing, he was like, oh, I'm getting to like a really sore area because it's really close to bone. So I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. And then I was like, okay, this is just a sore area, I'm just gonna have to grin and bear it. And then later on when I got home and I was like changing cling film and everything, I was like, oh, he tattooed over my bar. So it's actually like my dad's arm goes over, so it's like my dad's holding my contraceptive bar. So it's really weird. But other than that, absolutely fine. It was so manageable. So yeah, that was fine. He told me to keep the cling film on for 2 days and rewrap it every 4 to 6 hours if I could. I didn't rewrap it that much just because I wasn't able to. I wasn't home to do it and everything. So that was fine. I just kept on rewrapping it whenever I could. And oh, for healing, I got the tattoo lotion that they sell in the shop. So actually, yeah, I got this done at Heartbreak Social Club. And I'll put like everything in the bio and the artist and everything. He just said use that like before bed for the next couple of days. I used it before bed for a good few days after it, and then when I felt that it was kind of healing quite well, I switched to Dream Cream by Lush. I didn't steal this, it has a try me sticker on it because I got it free when I worked in Lush. It was one of the samples and we were throwing it out, so I got to take it home. So I switched to this afterwards. I know there's other Lush products that are supposed to be really good at even bringing your tattoos up really well after a while, but this is Helen Anderson's saviour and she knows a lot more about tattooing than I do. So yeah, I use this afterwards and I still kind of like put it on every once in a while, even though it's all healed now and it's fine. So yeah, I kind of rewrapped it for like about 3 days afterwards, and then when I would have like a shower or I had a bath, which you're not supposed to do, you're not supposed to submerge your tattoos in water, but I had to like leave my arms up, so uncomfortable. I didn't stay in the bath, it wasn't worth it. So yeah, that was fine. Telling my mum, I got it done on the Thursday, and on the Friday I went out to my mum's to babysit for her for the weekend because she was going away, and I bought her really nice flowers and I bought her a salad, which is actually the way to my mother's heart, and I got like my little sister chocolate and everything to like be real nice and all, and it was just so nice and so complimentary, and I was like, oh my god, your new flowers look great and the house looks really well, and I got her chatting about how like happy she is with everything and how everything in her life is going so well, and she was like, oh, but you have something to tell me because I can tell by the way you're following me around, and mothers just know. And she was like, what do you have to tell me? And I was like, okay, hold on a second, and I was going to get the photos up to show her before I showed her the actual tattoos, and she looked at me and she said, are you pregnant? And I normally would laugh in that situation, but I was so scared of telling her that I didn't, and she was like, you better not be fucking pregnant. And I was like, no, I'm not pregnant, but that's just to soften the blow, everything's okay. And my plan was always to tell her that I was pregnant to soften the blow, but then my artist was like, maybe not, because that might put her in a bad mood beforehand. So it came up naturally. My card filled up again. I thought that I had deleted everything off it, but I hadn't. So I think I was saying how my mum thought that I was pregnant, and then I got the photo up on my phone and I was like, this is a really nice photo, and she was like, yeah, it is, but she knew I was coming, and I was like, yeah, that's why I got this. And I was wearing a jacket and I was sweltering in the jacket. I knew I had to tell her and take it off because I was going to clubs otherwise, and she screamed, you better not have gotten a tattoo, don't tell me you've gotten a tattoo, and turned around and wouldn't look at me. So it was fine. After a while I was like cracking jokes and everything and being like, oh, I just love you so much, do you want me to like clean the house, I'll clean the windows and like all that, and she was fine with it. She did have nightmares all that night, but she was fine. She was like, you did it in a really good way, you're babysitting for the weekend, you got me nice flowers, I was in a really good mood, and you were just very smart about it. And I kept on saying, well, it's a tattoo of you. I want to get something to show how much you mean to me. So yeah, we're friends again. And my dad was fine. My nanny actually told him before I did, and I showed him, and he was like, oh, well, why didn't you get our names as well underneath? I was like, okay. So he was fine with it. But yeah, telling my mum was scarier than getting the actual tattoo. If your parents are fine with tattoos, they're fine. I would say sit on it. I thought about this for over a year before actually going to get it. And just make sure it is something that you want. Some people go out and just want to cover their body in tattoos, that's fine. But if you're worried about getting tattoos, or you're worried about getting your next tattoo, just think about it for ages, and if you still want it for ages, get it. I mean, like, I love my tattoos, all 2 of them. But I don't think I'm gonna get more anytime soon. I don't think I'm gonna find anything that I love as much as these tattoos for a very long time. I have always wanted to get like a feminist tattoo, but every idea that I think of, after a while I kind of hate it. So I kind of want something that I'm going to want for a very long time. I think I've been thinking about getting just girl power somewhere, and I've wanted that for ages, but I just have to kind of decide on a place and decide on how I want it done and everything. So yeah, that's, oh, and the pain was fine, but just to describe it, if you've never been tattooed before, it felt like someone had made a pinching device and was able to like continuously pinch in a line, and just because it's really hard to explain what it actually feels like, and I've never heard anyone explain it properly, but that's just what it felt like. And kind of in the same way as a pizza cutter going into like the top layer of your skin, which sounds actually a lot worse than it actually is. Like, it doesn't feel like tiny needles digging into your skin the whole time. It just feels like a continuous thing because it goes so quickly. Or it did for me anyway. I know every artist is different and they have all different machinery and all different methods and everything. Maybe you go to an artist and they use a different machine and it hurts like a bitch no matter where you get it. But behind the arms, fine. I was absolutely fine with it. Don't tattoo over your contraceptive bar. I just hope that still works. So yeah, that's it. If you want to get tattooed, but just make sure that it's something that you want, because it is on your body forever. And maybe start off small or start off meaningful. Or you can start off with really pretty tattoos and get them hand poked in your friend's house. If you want, you like do whatever feels natural and whatever you think you're going to enjoy. But I do think it's an important decision to think about, and it costs a lot of money. Actually no, mine was 150, which I think is quite good for 2 tattoos. In the place, in the area that I got it, like the location, by the artist that I got it, I thought that was really good. I paid my €50 deposit, and then on the day I paid another €100. Yeah, and they were really good, really professional, really lovely. And I got the stuff, which was only an extra tenner, so it cost me 160 altogether. And my mother's respect. But yeah, that's me getting my first tattoos. I don't have any footage of it or anything because it was dark in there, and my best friend was like kind of far away. She has pictures of me lying down on the bed, and they're really funny because I'm posed so awkwardly. But yeah, go get tattooed. It's fun.